Hello matey, welcome back to the channel. Sheffield Wednesday vs Coventry City preview. If you go on to like this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video. It helps out a lot on this channel. We're growing very slowly, but we're getting there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So looking at Sheffield Wednesday's last 5 games, they lost 3-0 to Bristol City away from home. They lost also 1-0 to Grimsby Town. Imagine losing to Grimsby. Wow, wow, wow. 2-0 win against Portsmouth away from home, a 1-1 draw against QPR, and then also a 2-2 draw against Birmingham, which are some good results, especially that Birmingham one. They were 2-1 up going into the last minute of the game, and Birmingham got that very lucky goal, as you can see there, by Damari Gray in the 99th minute. Sheffield Wednesday, a lot of times this season, they're proving a lot of people wrong. Everyone said that they would be rock bottom of the championship, and thankfully for them, their neighbours Sheffield United are actually occupying that spot at the moment, but they're still actually proving a lot of people wrong. They've had a couple of instances where they could have got 2 or 3 wins this season, but just their squad depth and their management is just not good enough to survive in this league this season, and they're just paying the price for it. As you can see here, they conceded in the 9th minute, they get 2 goals, and then the 99th, Damari Gray. And look, the XG, 0.42 compared to 1.33. They're not creating many chances per game. And it's the same in this game here, where they only created a 1.4 compared to a 2.1. So they're always creating less XG compared to the teams that they're facing in the league so far. And Queen's Park Rangers, we know as Coventry fans, we absolutely slapped them 7-1. So they're nothing great. And Sheffield Wednesday is actually like just falling over against QPR, getting that goal in the 30th minute and just not being able to hold out. Here it is again, looking at the Portsmouth game. They had 30% possession compared to 70%. That's something that you'll notice a lot in Sheffield Wednesday. They don't have much possession and they don't have much XG. So they're an easy team to go up against, but they are making the most out of the chances that they have. So they're really good on the counter-attack. They're really good at hitting that defence line and scoring those goals when needed. Again, the most common thing that everybody knows at Sheffield Wednesday is they're going to be hit with a points deduction. I believe it's going to be 15 in the league. That's the rumours going around. And if that's the case, it's a real shame for the club and for the fans. I mean, the players, I feel for them. Also, the staff, they're not being paid, but we're looking at a football match right now where they don't have a squad at all. We should be absolutely dominating these guys, no doubt about it. As you can see here, they've scored 8 goals and conceded 15 with a -7 goal difference, coming off 2 draws in the league, again against QPR and Birmingham City in the league. Honestly, I predict this is going to be a tight game. I honestly feel like that, just because it's a game that everyone expects Coventry to win, myself included, but it's one of those games where you can just kind of go into it expecting to win, and we need to be really switched on and hope that the players don't feel like that. They need to go into this game thinking, these guys are fighting for their lives and we have to put on a performance. We have to absolutely obliterate these guys. This is your chance in the league to build up that goal difference. And I know we've got an amazing goal difference record already, as you can see, plus 15. We've scored 22 and conceded 7. But if we can get that, imagine to 20 or 18, something crazy like that, a 3 or a 5-0 win, that would be absolutely phenomenal. If you're not subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. My mission to you is to improve this video 1% every single time you watch a new video of mine. Leave it down in the comments down below any suggestions or improvements that you reckon will do well on this channel. The key man to look out for them is obviously Barry Bannon. He scored 2 goals, got 2 assists this season, and he's got 4 altogether. I mean, this guy, he plays midfield, he plays on the wing. He's a dictator, he is a creator, and he's 35 years old. So if you can just nullify him, there's absolutely nothing that they can do in the game. And I believe that that's something that the teams like Birmingham and QPR actually did really well. As you can see, his rating throughout this whole season so far is a 7.44, which is really good for a midfielder, especially in a team like Sheffield Wednesday, who are basically going to go down this season. Everybody knows that, and he's a standout player. He's a good player, in my opinion. He dictates the tempo a bit like Grimes does, but he can also go forward and explode. But it's just not a good look for Sheffield Wednesday, seeing that he's 35 years old and he's carrying the team on his back. And yes, of course, Sheffield Wednesday, they're not being paid the players, so obviously they're not going to have many options going forward or even putting on a team. They kind of just have to work with what they've got at the moment, which is a shame for a team like Sheffield Wednesday, because they're a good club. No one's doubting that. They're a historical club. And if this game does go ahead, these are basically what's going to happen in the game. Coventry last formation was a 4-2-3-1. Obviously, Rushworth and goal, Van Ivek, Thomas, Kitchen, De Silva, Grimes, Torp, Eccles, Thomas Asante on the left, Sakamoto on the right, and then Hadji right up front. I do believe Frank Lampard is going to change the lineup. That's what I think he's going to go with right there. He's going to go and change it to a back 5. That's what we saw in the second half when Victor Torp came off with that injury. Hopefully it's not too long. I'm not too sure. I haven't seen Lampard's comments about that. And if he is injured, maybe you could substitute Jamie Allen in there. Every time he's came on as a sub, he's done really well, but coming off the bench is a little bit different compared to actually starting a football match. And that's why I've been impressed with Ellis Sims also. People saying that Ellis Sims probably should be starting, not ahead of Hadji Wright, but maybe up front with him in that 2 formation, which possibly could work, but I want to see Thomas Asante there also. Because Sims has made an impact off the bench every single time he's done that so far this season. And just keep doing that. Why not? Why chuck him into the starting 11 when we got Brandon Thomas Asante, who's actually doing really well in the lineup on that left-hand side? Put him as a left striker, similar role, and maybe he can get a goal. So my prediction is we're going to go with the back five. We're going to go with Rushworth in goal. We're going to go Van Ivak at right back because he's just going to keep playing every single game, even though we signed Kane Kessler-Hayden. We're going to go Thomas. We're going to go with Wolverhampton at centre-back, which we did see that in the last game. Kitchen and De Silva. And then the two up top is going to be Hadji Wright and Thomas Asante. That's my predicted lineup for the game. And I believe that we don't have to necessarily play our usual 4-2-3-1. We can still beat them with the five at the back. And I've always said this. When Lampard did this last season, where he had to go with a back five just because of the injuries that we had, I think it worked really well, and I was surprised that he didn't actually go back to it that often last season. Yeah, we won a load of games and everything was looking good, but it's good to see that flexibility coming into the game a little bit more now. And yeah, he's going to revert back to the back five, most likely because of injuries again, but we did see it last game towards the end, which it shows that we can play two different ways, and we're not scared to do that. I mean, what's amazing to me is this here. Top scorers in the championship comparing the clubs. You got Bannon on 2 goals with a FOTMOB rating of 7.44 compared to Hadji Wright, who scored 7 goals. That's 3 times more goals than him, and he's only got a 0.02 rating higher. Expected goals 5.4 compared to 0.7. Assists 0 for Hadji but 2 for him. Matches played both the same. So Hadji's our main man. We know that. He's absolutely crucial to us this season. A lot of people said to get rid of him after the Sunderland second leg playoff, which he missed that one chance that he had all game. I've said this from day one. I think it was ridiculous people jumping on the Hadji out bandwagon. I didn't understand it one bit. He had one chance that whole game and everyone crucified him for it. And it was a difficult chance also. And now people are trying to jump on the bandwagon saying Hadji Wright's our main man. Look, you can change your opinion. Of course you can, but just acknowledge that you were wrong at the end of the season. Hadji's a top striker, and we didn't have him this season. Honestly, we could be about mid-table. The amount of chances and goals that he scored is absolutely crucial, and he's one of the top players in this championship division for a reason. Sheffield Wednesday, I don't see them changing that formation at all. They're going to go with the same formation, 3-5-2, even a 5-3-2. Same thing. It's basically back 3, back 5. They can change however they want to. They're going to park that bus so hard that Jose Mourinho's going to get an erection. Like, that's going to be their game plan, is hit on the counter attack, and we've got to be ready for that. If we play with a back five, we match them with their formation right there. I think that we can handle them pretty easily. I don't see them go with a back four. They got to do what they got to do at the end of the day. We can't blame them for what situation they're in and how they're going to play. They're going to time waste. We absolutely understand that because they're so desperate for points to even stay in this league. They're going to get hit with the points deduction, as I said before, so any points at this moment in the league early on is crucial to their survival, even if that survival chance is 0.01%. So it's going to be a tough game. As I said, I don't expect us necessarily to roll over these lads. I would love to see a 3-0. I would love to see a 5-0, as I said. Get that goal difference up to about 20 in the league, and we're absolutely cruising into the international break. But I just see this one being a slippery one. I always see us in these type of games where we should win, we just crumble. But is this a new Coventry? Is this a Coventry where we can actually put them to the sword and demolish teams like this? Or are we going to fold like we did last season, where these games we should have won and we just couldn't put them to bed? I'm going to predict a 1-0 win. I don't think it's going to be scintillating. Everyone's predicting high scores, as I said, but I think that we're just going to get over the line here. Probably about the 65th, 70th minute mark, get a goal. I'm going to guess Brandon Thomas Asante gets the goal, and then we're going to put our backs to the wall and we're going to survive. And everyone's going to go, yeah, it's not that great of a performance, but 3 points is 3 points. We're still unbeaten. The Invincibles go on. Hadji the Don is the best in the championship, and that's how we're going to go into the international break. So my prediction is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 1. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully Coventry get the 3 points. Play up, Sky Blues.